What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including big news on a Brock Lesnar vs Roman Reigns match, Ric Flair being cancelled, huge disgust over Tommy Dreamer, Matt Hardy teases a reunion with Bray Wyatt, the RKO injures a huge WWE superstar, the crying fan gets a super surprise, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Now, first story looks at the Crown Jewel main event being announced. Now, fans wondering just when Brock Lesnar will challenge Universal Champion Roman Reigns no longer have to wait, as the WWE has revealed that the two will face off at the 21st October Crown Jewel event in Saudi Arabia. The show is also reportedly going to feature the finals for the 2021 King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournaments. The Saudi Arabia shows are known for being booked with plenty of major matches, so it's little surprise to see Lesnar vs Reigns scheduled there, even though it's unknown how many fans will watch the show on Peacock. The bottom line is that the WWE gets paid the big bucks for the Saudi super shows and likes to keep its high roller partners very happy, even when they do ask for Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior. Next up, Ric Flair being cancelled. Now, is WWE Hall of Famer and wrestling icon Nature Boy Ric Flair about to be cancelled? Well, that could happen following the release of the Dark Side of the Rings episode on the 2001 Plane Ride from Hell, an episode that we actually covered in our Behind the Titantron episodes. Now, you may recall that Flair was one of several wrestlers accused of bad behavior, including an incident where Flair allegedly exposed himself to a flight attendant, then forced the attendant to place a hand on Flair's, title belt. Flair's denied the allegations, and the WWE made an out-of-court settlement over the allegations. The accusations against Flair were just one of many leveled at a number of wrestlers, and Flair recently told Renee Young on her Oral Sessions podcast that he's ready to address the episode. God, I've heard about it too, just when things are going good for me. Listen, you put me on your podcast after, we'll see how it plays out, because I was there and I don't care whose name I gotta drop if he falls on me. I know who was where and who and what took place. I know the whole story. Some are calling for Flair to be banned from wrestling, and the usual outrage that comes when a revelation is made about a proven misconduct, or here alleged misconduct. With rumors of Flair coming to AEW, he may have to address the story just to clear the air. Surely if he doesn't actually respond to these allegations in full, Tony Khan will have nothing to do with him. He's already banned Hulk Hogan and Linda Hogan. How should Ric Flair fare any different? Well, that's Ric Flair. What about Tommy Dreamer, as a huge barrage of hate is coming his way, and he didn't even do what Flair did? Now, Tommy Dreamer's comments on the Dark Side of the Ring have infuriated some people who see it as Dreamer justifying Flair's alleged behavior. He mentioned he could move his hips, twirl it, and so his well-endowed penis spins around like a helicopter. So hey, he's the Nature Boy for a reason. He's got a hammer on him. People naturally would argue that Dreamer's comments seem to support at least some of the allegations against Flair, but Dreamer also noted Ric Flair's not going to try to impose by force any sexual stuff on anybody. He's just flaunting, styling and profiling, doing the Ric Flair stuff where everybody's going to laugh about it. But obviously someone took offense to it. Dreamer also noted in the episode that somebody would be offended by his hairstyle, his double ponytail. Was that the right thing to say? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE upset with Christian Cage's comments. Some recent comments from Impact champion Christian Cage have apparently upset the delicate sensibilities of at least one WWE official, at least according to Brian Alvarez, who reported on the Wrestling Observer Live. Someone in WWE texted me and they were all excited when Roman Reigns made that comment last week, and the comment that the Usos made, and they were so happy that they had taken the shot. And then on Dynamite, Christian took a shot at WWE and they were angry. I was like, bro, come on, it goes both ways. That's just what's gonna happen. And in case you missed it, the comments from Reigns occurred during the WWE's return to the Big Apple on the 10th September SmackDown, where Reigns told the fans that the WWE runs New York. As for Captain Charisma, his remarks that the Elite saved Adam Cole from developmental hell, and that since Cole was used to losing the Wednesday Night War back on his days on NXT, he'd be used to losing the Friday Night War. As the war between the WWE and AEW heats up, it's inevitable that wrestlers are going to talk trash about the competition, whether the comments are blatant or subtle. Should anyone be surprised when a WWE or AEW superstar takes a shot at another brand? Next up, a top star is taking time off. Well, Dave Meltzer just reported in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter that Edge, who only works a part-time schedule, is taking a big break, hence the stretcher job he did after his 10th September SmackDown bout against Seth Rollins. There's no word on when Edge is coming back, but one would think that officials in Saudi Arabia would be chomping at the bit to see a legend like the Rated R Superstar work a match there. Perhaps they might hold a rubber match between Edge and Rollins at the upcoming mega card. Next up, Matt Hardy teases a Bray Wyatt reunion. As some recent comments from Matt Hardy may present some hints as to whether Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, is coming to All Elite Wrestling. The current conventional wisdom is that the former Fiend will show up in AEW once his non-compete clause expires, and Rotunda has fueled the rumours by posting social media messages that he's far from finished with wrestling. Now Matt Hardy is adding fuel to the fire with a recent Instagram post where he shared a post of his and Wyatt's days as the Deleter of the Worlds team. Could Rotunda join Big Money Matt, or is Rotunda going in a different direction if and when he shows up in AEW? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Bianca Belair still in pain over a loss. A former SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair is apparently still dealing with a squash loss to Becky Lynch at SummerSlam, a match that saw Lynch make an impromptu challenge to the EST, then defeat her in just a mere few seconds. Belair recently appeared on the WNML Sports Radio show sharing her feelings. "I'm still very hurt by how I did lose the title at SummerSlam. I was excited to get in there with Becky. I wasn't expecting the title match to happen so quickly. Right now I'm just trying to regain what I lost as quickly as possible. Just as quickly as I lost, I'm trying to gain it back. Becky has been ducking and dodging me. I finally got her to sign the contract for my rematch. I know that if we really go toe-to-toe in a long match, the outcome is going to be different. I'm excited for that." How much of Belair's comments were kayfabe is up to fans to determine, but one can't help speculate on how Belair felt about losing so quickly and with zero build-up to the match. Next up, the RKO injures a huge WWE superstar. A bad news for the Hurt Business's MVP is the talented wrestler and manager was reportedly injured on this week's episode of Raw. A recent tweet from WWE.com revealed, "Breaking. Due to an RKO from Randy Orton this past Monday night on Raw, MVP suffered a broken rib and is out indefinitely." MVP suffered a knee injury early in this year, which is why he was using a cane for several months. There's no word on when MVP is expected back, but we wish MVP a full and fast recovery. That is if this isn't all kayfabe. And finally, the crying fan gets a super surprise. Wrestling fans can get emotional about their favourite promotion and or wrestler, but when a fan was seen crying during CM Punk's debut on Rampage, some people mocked him for what they saw as an overreaction. While it's sometimes being said that big boys don't cry, CM Punk apparently felt differently, and working with AEW, he managed to locate the fan, surprising him with a meet and greet and VIP access. Surely he must have hooked the guy up with some ice cream bars. Oh, not to mention making his dream come true, surely. But there you have it guys, the wildest news stories and rumours you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.